Well, hey guys, and welcome to another episode in our Birnie Family YouTube and Facebook. And this is a bit of a twin video just now that we're doing, isn't it? What we're doing, guys, is we thought we'd pick a winter project because it does get quite cold here in Scotland. So we picked the quad bike, and what we're doing in it is a major paint job to make it look like, you know, the ultimate YouTube quad bike. So we've been cracking on with that, haven't we? We're also going to do Emily's little quad bike. I'm going to do it pink. I'm not sure what you think's about that. Hey.
And it means Emily is back behind the camera.
Yes. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. And also teaching a little bit and just the bare basics of engines and gearboxes and drive and steering and all that sort of different things as we go along, you know. But this bike should look pretty awesome. Is he mocking? Remember that bit in the Avengers? Are you mocking? So guys, really hope you enjoy the video. We'll just get cracking, we'll show you how we're at the moment.
He's mocking you!
Right, so you might notice that we're in the kitchen of the house because we still have COVID restrictions, so I can't take it to a friend's garage. Our garage is far too cold, so we're pretty much doing it in here, aren't we? Eh? And look at where we're at now.
Yep.
We are getting there.
Is that smashed?
If you look under it, it's the red that was
Silver
before,
red.
and now it's beautiful.
So guys, this is the front end of the quad, and this is the back end of the quad, isn't it, Emily? I'm going to be asking Emily soon to take this tape off, not yet, and then I'm going to ask her to tape up this black, because now we've done the black, we've done the white, which is underneath there. Mum's just came back. We're going to do red, red, red. Well, let's see the red, son.
Hyundai electric red.
Go and put it up to the camera. Nice, that's the
That's a
red.
little orange on camera.
So basically, guys, you know, it's a YouTube bike. Red, white, black. And we've got tons of stickers as well, haven't we? Right, so I'm just getting... Emily's much better at me than this sort of stuff because she's more delicate and more precise. Yeah. Now that white bit you see there is going to be actually red. But what we need to do is tape up over this black. So go and hit that bit, Ems. So you've got a nice little angle on you doing it. So she knows how to do this, nice and gentle, so take your time. That's too gentle. Just go for it, that's it. Take it all the way up and off. You shake up the red, son, here he goes, look at him. No problem with him.
Is that some tiny thin piece?
Yeah, it's that thin piece. You'll get it. It is satisfying, isn't it? Look at that black. That is awesome. That's awesome. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, well, that's all going to be red. Don't worry about
I
that.
have to take it so good.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, we just have no option but to do this in the house at the moment. So we'll manage though. It's work of
Even if there wasn't a pandemic, we'd easily do this outside.
Yeah, we're easily doing it somewhere else. But never mind. Right, we're just going to shift around to here. It's a little bit easier for her, I think. We're hopefully going to leave this, well, we're just leaving this, it's natural red. That's the plastic, look, because that's inside. The seat goes over the top of that. But what we need to do now is get this all covered over so we can do the red. I'm wanting to get going, you guys. You got it. Look at the line. It is very satisfying, isn't it? It's nice.
It's usually a bit stressing when you're actually doing it.
No, it's okay. Nothing's going to happen. It'll be fine. As long as you pull it slow, it'll be nice.
Have you taken the tape off of this side?
Not yet. I'll turn it around for her in just a minute. Here he goes. A nice and gentle, son. It is very satisfying. You see at the very end when we take it all off. I'll let you guys take it all off. No, you did. Great job. Great job.
There are forest troopers and swamp troopers.
Who's there? In America?
But you never see them in Star Wars, but yeah.
Check them out. I don't know if you've seen this one, guys, but this is now it's a decommissioned Beretta 92F. Decommissioned, so it is the real thing. And again, guys, this does not leave the house. This stays in the house all the time, don't you guys?
At all time.
We're going to pull the slides, son, show everybody. Yeah, baby, that's the one. That's it. Well done, you.
And when you pull the trigger, it makes a click noise.
That's right. Emily's just getting the last of the black here. So again, just while Emily's doing that, red underneath here has actually been painted white. Underneath here has been painted black, and now we're needing the red all the way up and round and on here. Right, so first coat of red on now, guys. Well, it's actually 2 coats I've done on that. And obviously this is going to take about 3 or 4 coats, maybe even more, to get it looking good. But we're getting there already. And there we go, a couple of coats on the red now as well. It is a lot brighter than I thought it would be, but we'll see what happens. You know, when it dries, it should dull down a little bit. But oh man, white, black, and I am scared. I am scared to take all that off. You see, tomorrow, which will be in this video, we'll take all this tape off and hopefully it's going to look okay. But guys, even West Coast Customs have to do touch-ups, so I'm sure I'll have the same, probably a couple of little bits and pieces, but hopefully nothing too major. Yeah, so it's coming up, guys. Check out, you just see it's a little bit wet just now, but 15-20 minutes, and of course we're just building up thin layers of paint every sort of 15-20 minutes. Might well end up being about four or five coats by the time we're done. But well, what do you think, Emily? Looking quite nice. Here she comes with the noodle cut. Oh yes, it's looking really, really good. We are ventilating the place, guys, don't worry. Now, I was just telling Emily and David that they're going to have so much satisfaction taking this off. If you're just watching this for the first time, we're obviously just doing the red tonight. This is all white underneath this part here. And in this part, it's black. So you got red, black, white, and then red. And that should look pretty awesome. So I'm going to wait till the kids get home from school tomorrow before I tear all this off, because they are going to absolutely love it. And that's the bit where my knees will be knocking together, because if I haven't taped this up properly, the lines just aren't going to be right. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Yeah, now I waited until they were back from school, guys, because this is tremendously satisfying.
And when I came down.
So here we go, and this is the bit I'm worried about. I'm worried in case I've made a mistake. I hope not. I hope not. So it was nice and gentle. Yes, 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 yes. Come on, baby. The white stripe. This is David's side, yes. So far so good, people. So far so good.
Looks good so far.
Here she goes. This is black, white, and red now. Look. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. Now this is about, yeah. See if we can get this all off in a one, Emily, because it comes right the way down here. We don't want to pull it off too fast, so we'll take the paint with it, and that's not what we want. So David's just being nice and gentle. So just as you can see there, look, see that little spots, that's been air pockets. We've got a little bit of red in there, but we'll be okay. I'll just touch up. So I said West Coast Customs have to touch up, so do we. There we go. Hopefully no mistakes. Yeah, look, little bits of black there, guys. It's a little touch up required, but it's okay. There we go. And I'll just...
The one.
Is that okay? It's looking okay. It's looking okay.
So far. Just a tiny little bit there. That'll need a little touch up.
Yeah. See, that's the natural colour. You see that? And we'll clean all that up.
The before, the after.
The thing is, see inside here, the paintwork would just get destroyed. The battery goes in there and you put bits and pieces and it rattles around. So we're just going to keep that red. Not bad so far, I have to say. Maybe I am getting better.
There's just a couple chips.
Just a couple here and there. We'll get it. Here we go. He's just taking his time here, you guys. Look, just taking his time.
Look at this straight line.
Yeah, should be. So starting to peel away again now. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. That's it. I don't have to worry about the insides so much being slow. It's more the uppers. Yeah. A great job, you guys. Awesome. Here you go, Ems. I think you can take it from this side if you want. Yeah, little tiny black mark there, but that's okay.
But we can easily touch the top.
Yeah. So here we go after all that work, eh? After all that work. Feels really nice. That actually feels really smooth. This feels rough though, you know, and it will do once it gets a wet and dry. This bit's a little bit glossy and a bit picky here and there, but again, wet and dry will just deal with all of that. Oh yeah. couple of little not mistakes, but just a couple of little imperfections that we can sort out. And obviously, guys, what I was aiming for with this red was to come up to meet the natural colour of the quad, which is this red here. And it has. It's not bad at all, is it, Bales? Eh, what do you think? What do you think? You don't like the noise of the motorbikes, do you? What do you think, Bailey? You have to have a wee sniff as well, don't you? Obviously, guys, we'll get in there with a rough pad and we'll clean all that up in there. Not at the minute, but we will do. Yeah, there's still a bit of tape in there. I think there's still a bit of tape just there. You can hardly see it, though. No, it is. There is a bit of tape there. So I'm not just going to hit it just this second, guys, but it's wet and dry time now. That's the centrepiece on. Of course, it's going to be covered with that carbon fibre look just there. And here she goes, guys. Remember I said in other videos, if you want to do touch-ups on your motorbike, give it to your little girl. She'll do it. Eh?
Or someone that has art experience.
Yes, a little bit of art experience, yeah. But just a couple of little bits. Like I said, guys, you see where these air pockets were with the bits of blue tape? I think that's the only bits I've really messed up on. Well, back to it, and the kids are at school, so I thought, well, what I normally do is maybe some of the more boring jobs, you know, while the kids are away, just let them do some of the more fun bits. But what we need to do today is get this all wet and dried. Now, obviously, I don't know if you can hear this, but it's actually quite rough, you know. This bit's fairly smooth. And what we use for this, guys, is probably about P2500. Wet and dry. And what you do is a little dip in water, and I mean the lightest, the absolute lightest of rubs. It feels all wrong because you know, it's lovely new paintwork, but this just takes all the sort of nicks and bits off. You know, it feels rough right there, and it just takes all that off, makes it nice and smooth so that we can apply the lacquer. Now, hopefully what you'll see there is, you'll see kind of a bit of the red. It's nothing to worry about at all. That's just that little bit of overspray that come off, and obviously once you're sort of rubbing all the way across it, you'll get it all off. But that is as smooth as a Scotsman's bottom. Looking good. That's the whole thing done now. And I want to leave this one here. The kids are at school at the moment, and you know, it's all very well telling somebody, especially, you know, but when you do it yourself, you really feel it. I want the kids to sort of give it a wee rub, feel the rough bits, wet and dry, clean it down, and then they'll feel it. That's awesome. So generally, guys, one of my most favourite parts of doing a job like this is stickering up. It really is, you know. And there's a few things I've got to do. One of the reasons we're doing it now is because I need to lacquer over the top. Because when you look at, like, looks like these little eyes at the top of the Birnie parts, they so easily come off. You know, and even this little bit in here for the E. So I want to put it on so that we can lacquer the whole thing as well. So for this, I need a bit of a guiding line. You'll just see about there, you know, when it comes round, I want to take it from that line up across here. And one of the reasons for that is, you know, if you try to put stickers on areas like this that might not quite go on properly, this is a nice flattish surface that we can put on first. And obviously, as per usual, guys, automotive tape. It's got to be automotive masking tape that we use, just to give us the line that we're looking for. Because obviously when we peel that off, I don't want the paint coming with it, you know. And that's what we'll use. We'll use that as our, yeah, we'll use that. Here we go, so that's the first one on for now. That's it. A wee bit of creasy at the bottom, but that's fine. As long as that's okay. And I'm just going to leave that on for just now. We'll just leave that right there. So there we go, the other side done. And I want to keep this part of the bike quite, you know, just the way that it is. The back end of the bike we're going to put more stickers on, but this bit I just like to leave that just so it stands out all by itself. So there we go, with the front section on too. And that bit's not very nice right there, look at that. What is that? I wonder if I just need a wee paint on there, another little bit of paint. I think so. There we go, a wee bit of black paint just to fix that, eh? That's better. So first YouTube sticker on nice, and now I've got to get it the same at the other side. But it should be just fine though. Should be absolutely fine. That went on quite nicely actually. Not bad at all. And they actually do look like they're online, don't they? Absolutely. That looks really, really good, guys. Let's see if I can do this with the camera. Let's see. Should be okay. Now, doing this, guys, the worry always is, see how that end just sort of lifted up just there? Nice and gentle. Nice and gentle. Like this, look. It's the end lifted right up there, look. Just make sure they're right down as we go along. See that L lifted? And there's the I. There it goes. Other eye coming up shortly. Do this way now. Here's another eye. You see, the dot on the eye comes up with it. No, 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 no! Don't start playing funny. There we go. Just change the angle just a little bit there. Nice. Now how nice is that? Eh? That is absolutely beautiful. Now I think that is probably all we're going to do with the front end of the bike. Maybe Scotland flag, you know, we always like our little Scotland flag on there. So I'll put him on too at some stage. But I'd like the front of the bike just to maybe stay like this. Eh? We'll just leave it like that. Now that's the other part we're going to have to go on to next. Now the bike, you know, when this starts on the bike, it sits more at an angle than it does flat. That doesn't really matter. And what I want to do though is, see this red part here, I want to fill that with stickers. And for that we have, let's see, now I'm a real fan of these older ones, you know, they look really, really nice, you know. But obviously, you know, it's for the kids, it's sort of David's, you know, something to be kind of cool as well. The one thing I'm going to put on is this darker one. I'm going to put that up on here actually. That's going to be really nice right in that centre piece, that darker one. Never mind that. But basically, guys, you know, we've got them all. You won't see them on the back of the bike, which I think will look really nice anyway. Here we go, helmets, bloody camel supercross, it's a really old one as well. Bell helmets, yeah. I think he's in this Red Bull, which kind of does make sense, doesn't it? It kind of suits the bike, as it were, you know. We'll get these No Fear ones done soon. Yeah, so what I'm looking out for first is sort of thinner ones, you know, like this Bridgestone one here, for example, because it is tight. It's tight coming up into here, and obviously I want to bring the stickers all the way down here, down, and then up into here. So it's going to take a little bit of moving around, so I'm going to cut a few of these out so that we can place them and see what it looks like. There's the first one on, and I'm seeing like this little Bridgestone job is going to fit in there just nicely actually, leaving me a little gap in here to fill. But I think either side, I'm going to use this Red Bulls for it in here, on both sides. I've only kind of got two big stickers like this, you know, so I'm just going to use this one and use for the other side, the mobile one, which is slightly taller. I'll have to be careful with that or the Red Bull won't fit in the other side. So one side done, look at that, that looks quite nice, eh? Not nice. We should get the Red Bull on the other side too. I don't normally like having oils on the same side and all that, you know, but it looks really nice, so we can just do it that way, yeah? Nice, eh guys, what do you think? What do you think? Quite nice, eh? It'll look good when it's on the bike, there's no question about it. Got those little No Fear stickers on, David was wanting them then. I think the last thing is trying to find a placement for the big YouTube sticker at the back. I just want to be careful, I don't want to go too overboard and spoil it, you know. I just wanted a clump of stickers here and, you know, this to be all kind of open really. And here we go guys, look, the poor man's baking. I've put on the coats of lacquer. I didn't bother filming it obviously, you know, it's just spraying on the lacquer. But we put on the stove. It's been on for about, I don't know, an hour, maybe an hour and a half. So I thought I'd put the panels in front of the fire just to really bake it on, you know. Because with the quad, guys, I mean, it is going to be, you know, in the mud, you know, and all sorts of different things, you know. So it's going to need to be a really, really good coat of lacquer. But guys, I'm so happy with that. I mean, look how shiny it is. Obviously, I think what we'll maybe do is, not in this video, but what I'll maybe do is give it a little rub down and do even more lacquer on it again, just because it's a quad bike, you know. But that should be pretty cool, you guys. And here we are for the last coat of lacquer, guys. It's just been put on it now. Obviously just left it overnight, you know, in front of the fire, and put on that the last coat of lacquer now. And guys, I think we're looking really good. Really happy with that. A couple of little bits here and there, but hey, you know, not too big a deal. So a few more videos to come on this, guys, especially you know, the mechanical stuff that we're going to be doing out in the garage, you know. And again, it's just the basics of engines and brakes and all sorts of stuff like that, you know. But for now, guys, listen, thanks so much for watching. If you're really enjoying our videos, guys, if you could just give us a subscribe, like, and hit notifications, that would be awesome. And obviously this year, guys, we're sort of basically you know, preparing for this year. You know, we'll be back to wild camping, fishing, the caravan, you know, all those sort of different things that we do, you know. And I'm sure you'll really enjoy those videos when they come. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and God bless.